بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، صلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. To recap, our topic is Al-Qawa'id Al Fiqhiyyah, the fiqhi rules, the legal maxims. And we finished the first major rule, which is actions are by their intentions. Al-umur bimaqasidiha. And we're discussing the second rule, which is certainty is not removed by doubt. Al-yaqeen la yazulu bil-shak. And we said that there are so many subdivisions, subtitles, sub-rules under it. And we spoke about something in Usul al-Fiqh called al-istishab. And I mentioned to you one or two of these rules from al-istishab. Going back to the main rule, certainty is not removed by doubt. And one of the sub-rules, which is baqa'u makan ala makan, whatever was there remains there. This is one of the fiqhi rules, yet it is one of the weakest, in the sense that al-istishab is very weak, because any small evidence could cancel it. But when there are no evidences, then we apply this rule. And we spoke about the default in purity. Everything around us is pure. We discussed this. And we spoke about the default in food. Everything is halal to consume. But there is an exception. And this is the fiqhi rules. There are always some exceptions. It's not 100% foolproof. What is the exception with food? When it comes to meat. In meat, the default is haram. It is prohibition. All types of meat are prohibited unless proven otherwise, meaning that it has to be slaughtered, the name of Allah has to be mentioned. So I cannot eat something that is dubious, doubtful, unless it is by a Muslim, Christian, or Jew. In this case, the default goes back to their meat is halal unless proven otherwise. And we discussed this, so I will not repeat it. You can see the rerun, inshallah, later on. And also we spoke about the default when it comes to human life. So someone crashes my car or says bad words to me, I do not go and kill him. Why? It feels good. No, it doesn't, because the default is the human lives, it's prohibited for us to take. So this is the default. Now also, there is a default when it comes to people's wealth. I like your car, so I'm going to take it. I'm not going to give it to you. Yes, but I'm going to take it forcefully. I like your watch. I like your money. Is this possible? No. The default in people's wealth is prohibition. It's haram. Whether he's a Muslim or a non-Muslim, it is totally prohibited for you to take someone's wealth, someone's possession. Islam doesn't give you the right to do so. So this is the default. Also the default in reputation, in backbiting, it's all prohibited. The green light to backbite people or slander them or accuse them of things they did not do, all of this is prohibited in Islam. Now, when we come to issues as customs, there are things that we're used to. You go from one country to the other, they have their own customs. What is the ruling on that? So I wear this in Saudi Arabia. What's the ruling on wearing it? Oh, this is not sunnah. This is haram. You'll go to hell. Wait. Take it easy. It's not an innovation yet. Take it easy. What is this? Is this something religious? I'm saying that this is from the Quran and Sunnah. No, this is customs. So why do you talk like this so aggressively? Go back to the default. Okay, what is the default? The default is people's customs are permitted. Al-aslu fil adat al-ibaha. Adat is customs, traditions. So it is permitted, of course, unless what? Unless there is an evidence, even small, that makes it invalid. So someone says, what's the ruling on eating on a table and sitting on a chair? We have hadith that the Prophet ﷺ always ate on the floor and never ate on a table. But is this considered to be part of customs or religion? It's customs. This is how the Arabs used to do. And that is why you should be very careful when you say sunnah. Because sunnah is divided into two types. Sunnah related to worship and sunnah related to customs. You find some people in Europe, for example, or in America, insisting on wearing the turban and the shurwal and kamis, as you call it. And when you ask them, say, sunnah. Sunnah, yeah, the Prophet used to do this, but he didn't have any other clothes. And he didn't have a suit, for example, so that you can say it's sunnah and anything else is forbidden. And some of the brothers prolong their hair and plait it and make it in braids. Why do you do this? Said sunnah. This is not sunnah. This is the Arabs used to do it. But now if you are in Arabia and you do this, they will say that he's a girl or he's a kafir. The Arabs don't do it anymore. So there are two types of sunnah, related to worship and related to customs. And that is why if someone wants to go to work on a mule, what are you doing? He says, sunnah. Yeah, but the Prophet did not have cars. He would have taken his mule, he would have taken a horse, he would have taken a camel. But nowadays, this is not a sunnah. You will not reward it for that. And that is why customs are permissible. So if you want to sit on the floor, go ahead. If you want to eat with a spoon rather than your fingers, go ahead. This is up to you. Your clothes that you wear, there's no problem in wearing them, providing that they do not go against the religion in general. Because someone comes and says, I'd like to wear this particular piece of clothes. And I look at it and say, no, no, no. This is only for the disbelievers. Muslims cannot wear this. So whatever is part of your customs, it is permissible for you to do it and to wear it, to use it. And there is nothing wrong in that, except if it is prohibited in our religion, to imitate the disbelievers or to imitate women. If it's the custom in our country that men wear long dresses and put makeup and lipsticks, what will we say? Say, this is a custom? No, this is totally prohibited. It's against our religion. In some country, when they meet each other, after not seeing each other for so long, what would they do? Hello, hello. That's it. I haven't seen my brother for 2 years. Yeah, this, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? In some places, they would shake hands with 2 hands. What's the ruling? Halal, haram? It's okay, customs. Greeting is customs. In some cases, they embrace and hug each other. In Sudan, they put their right hand on the left shoulder and he puts his right hand on my left shoulder. This is one way of doing it. In Arabia, sometimes they kiss each other on the cheek. People say, homosexuals. No. Let's go to Italy. Let's go to Mexico. They kiss each other on the cheek. So can you say, no, to them it's okay, to the Arabs, no. No, it is customs. Some Arab or Gulf countries, they touch each other's noses. This is our greeting, is to do this with the nose. That's it. So one says halal, haram, these are customs. You go back to the fiqh rule, it tells you that customs are permissible. Okay, what about when it comes to forms of worship? Can we say by default it is permissible? I said no. In customs it is permissible. When it comes to forms of worship, it becomes prohibited. The default is prohibition. Someone comes and says, Sheikh, I didn't get any sleep last night, but I came with a very ingenious idea. I said, MashaAllah, what is it? He said, Sheikh, Fajr is 2, Dhuhr is 4, Asr is 4, Maghrib is 3, and Isha is 4. I came with an ingenious idea, make the Maghrib 4. I said, MashaAllah, Tabarakallah, go back to sleep, my friend. Go back to sleep and never wake up. Because this is the most awful idea you can come up with. He said, why, Sheikh? Because this is innovating in Islam. And innovation in Islam is totally prohibited. He said, what is the evidence behind that? Give me the dalil. He said, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, whoever innovates in our religion what is not part of it, it is rejected. And Allah Azza wa Jal is asking a rhetorical question. Did they make for them another sharia which Allah did not allow? This is not permissible. So from this we know that innovation or inventing or introducing something that is not in the religion, that is the default, it is prohibited. We have a short break. Stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Now, the issue of the default in forms of worship is prohibition is very complicated and mixed, and we need it urgently nowadays, because a lot of the time people come to you and say, this is a new form of worship, or I have this occasion, I have this or that, and you say bid'ah. And he says, what is your evidence? And it becomes a debate. And sometimes we ourselves become confused. Ya akhi, this is good. Why is it bid'ah? So you have to, as a student of knowledge, you have to base and build and establish your knowledge on strong foundation. And then you would not have doubts. And that is why, remember, a scholar, a person of knowledge, is far more dangerous to the devil, to Satan, than 1,000 worshippers. The worshippers don't know what they're doing, but a scholar always makes it difficult for him. So we will go through this, inshallah, but before we continue, do we have any questions? Yes, Faisal.
Sheikh, as you classified Sunnah as Sunnatul Ada and one is normal Sunnah. But in India, when we convince someone like, for example, wearing suit or eating on a table is Sunnah Ada, they say that even in these things, if you follow the Prophet with the intention that you get a sawab, with the intention that you are even following the Prophet in the adat, so you will get a reward. So what about such cases?
Well, again, this is an issue of dispute whether you will be rewarded or not. Some scholars say that you are rewarded for your intention. But is it logical in the sense that, is it logical for me to say that it is a sunnah to take a mule to the office and I will be rewarded for that? Now, this is the attire in my country. I have a masjid where I give Jum'ah for the past 25 years, alhamdulillah. If I go next Jum'ah wearing a turban and a shirwal and a qamis, would they allow me to give khutbah al-Jum'ah? Everybody in the masjid will tell me, go and renew your igama. What are you doing? I said, why? This is the sunnah. I said, no, this is not the sunnah. The attire, it depends on the country. And that is why it would be strange for people, for example, in a country that are not accustomed to this, to get their Friday preacher giving the khutbah in such clothes. You want people to accept you. You want people to take the knowledge you have. You don't want them to be afraid of you or skeptical in a sense that they don't want to listen to you. So some scholars say, yes, if this is your intention to follow the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ, you may be rewarded. But is it something that the Prophet ﷺ encouraged us to do? No. It was reported that some of the companions, may Allah be pleased with them, would be traveling and then all of a sudden stop, get off their camel, go near a rock and pretend to urinate and then come back again, not urinating. And when they're asked, they say, I was traveling with the Prophet once, ﷺ, and he urinated here. So I wanted to do like he did. Okay, if you wanted to urinate, maybe, huh? but you didn't have anything. So just doing this by itself, some scholars say that you may get some reward for it, but logically speaking, no, this is not something that the Prophet ordered us to do, and hence we are not recommended to do it. And Allah knows best. Yes, Kalim.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. This question is with regards to resembling in your clothes to that of the kuffar, the unbelievers. Are there any exceptions to this rule? Like, for example, if a wife wants to please her husband, maybe in their privacy, can they wear such clothes that may be the clothing of the kuffar and it loses haram ruling on it?
If a woman wants to please her husband by wearing the specific clothes of the disbelievers to her husband, if these clothes are specifically only worn by the disbelievers, this is prohibited. And if she wants to please him, let him marry another woman.